Hey, Dr. Aziz here, and this is another question from Quora that says, why do I feel like I don't work hard enough? It sounds like he's struggling. He'll see something he wants, like there's a strong, confident woman that he's drawn to. And he says in his own mind, of course I can't get a girl like that. Who am I to think that? He sees someone with a successful business and he says, I don't even know where I'd begin to do that. And he sees someone who's published a paper and he says, I can't even think of anything up that's elegant and effective, right? So he's got a lot of things that he says to himself that stop him in his tracks. He always feels like he's not working hard enough. And I love the responses he's gotten, especially the ones from Axel. Really gives specific advice on how to respond to each of these limiting beliefs. But that's what I want to share with you right now, is just this idea of a limiting belief. Because everything that I hear you say is a limiting belief. I want that thing, but I can't. And why can't I do that? Well, because she's out of my league, because I'm not elegant enough, because I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not educated enough, I'm not skilled enough, I'm not fit enough, I'm not quick enough, I'm not elegant enough. That's a limiting belief. You're not something enough. And it sounds like you're awash in those things. So I want to give you one tip today that's going to help you start to break free of that. And it's going to help you start to see through the limiting belief, which is the limiting beliefs that you have are stories that you're telling yourself. And here's the thing. You're going to keep telling yourself that story unless you learn something. And that is that what's underneath that is fear. You're actually scared to go talk to that woman. You're scared to start up that business. You're scared to write that paper. And you might say, well, no, I just know it wouldn't work out. But really what's happening is going over and talking to a woman you don't know, you can get rejected. She could say, get away from me. And you might feel bad. We're afraid of that feeling and feeling embarrassed or rejected. Starting up a business, you could fail. You could lose money. People could look at you and say, oh, that guy didn't know what he's doing. And we get scared of that. The writing a paper, people could judge you when you put it out there. They could say, oh, your paper sucks. It wasn't good enough. And then you feel fear about that. So what's underneath all of your limiting beliefs is fear. Fear of rejection and fear of failure. And so you have to learn how to address those things specifically. But if you can really drop down and say, hey, you know what? It's not that I don't have anything to offer or I'm not at her level. It's that I'm just scared. That's what you really want to start to see. And then if you do that, you're perceiving more truthfully and more accurately. It's going to give you more power and clarity to change. If you say, hey, it's not this story I've been telling myself. It's that I'm scared. I love there's this quote from Tony Robbins, who's a hero of mine. He says, the only thing that's stopping you from getting the thing that you really want, whether in this case it's a partner, a girlfriend, a business, publishing your papers, the only thing that's stopping you from getting what you really want is the story that you have. The story that you keep telling yourself again and again about why you can't have it. And so really drop beneath that and say, you know what, I'm just scared. And once you know it's fear, the solution to fear is to do the thing that you're scared of. Again and again and again and again. So you might want to start small. You might not run out there and try to publish your first paper or start a business, but it might go step by step moving towards the thing that you're scared of. So when it comes to women, instead of just running over and talking to the first woman because it might be too scary, you start small. You start by greeting people, making eye contact with people, sustaining eye contact with women when you walk down the street, and you build up over time, but you're continually approaching the fear. And as you do that, you start to realize that it is just stories. And it's just a matter of challenging the fear and being persistent and being consistent, and you will be able to do any of those things unless you keep telling yourself that story and believing it. So I encourage you to break underneath that, find the fear, challenge the fear, and create what you want in your life, because you can do it. So I hope this helps you. Let me know in the comments and the responses, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care.